Hey, what's going on? I want to do a quick in the bag video for the Maple Hill trip coming up. See what I'm carrying this time versus other times, whatnot. The bag itself, in case you're curious, is the AX4 grip AX4 bag. It's pretty nice. I got it for the extra storage. It's pretty durable if you're looking for a bag like that. Carries hoodies. I can put a pair of hoodies, pair of sweatpants in there if I wanted to. At the moment I got like 3 towels, range finder, a bunch of mini shit like that, It's like any other bag. It's just it costs a little bit more, so I like it better, I guess. Starting off, let's just do distance drivers. I only carry 2 molds in distance drivers. First off, I carry some Shrikes. I've got a Halo Shrike on the top there, which is anything in the Halo seems to be more overstable, but especially in the Shrike, it's just a more overstable version. So I use it for forehands, things of that nature. We got a lightweight Shrike that's like 157. Tailwind drives, any kind of S shots I can shape with it, but I don't use it quite as much. If I want to finish to the right, I've found it pretty useful to have an understable version of this. And then my workhorse distance driver is just a Star Shrike, maybe 166, and that's my furthest flying disc in the bag for sure. Anything off T-pad 400 foot, that's what I'm chunking with. But even lower than that, 350 probably, 350 plus. More controlled distance, I carry 3 destroyers. Once again, different varies of stability. That top one's just a Star Destroyer, 175, by far my most stable destroyer. Anytime I want a forehand finish right, or if I want to really get on a flex shot, an anti-release that I don't have to worry about not coming back, that's the one. Spike hyzers, any kind of knife hyzer approach. Ricky Wasaki Destroyer, it's a little bit more forgiving. It might be a little bit lighter too. It's yeah, it's 167, so it's quite a bit lighter, and I can throw this flat or on a knife hyzer release and really get some pretty good distance before it hyzers out. And then my most workable destroyer is this G-Star. It's also max weight, but the G-Star plastic really takes off some stability. I would compare it much more to the Shrikes in the bag than a destroyer. I can hyzer flip this. It's not going to turn over at all, but it can hyzer flip straight and then finish nice and left. Going on to the fairway, G-Star T-Bird. Pretty straight disc, a little bit of left. This is all going to be variables of left. That T-Bird, Pro Thunderbird, and I carry 4 sidewinders. And once again, the Halo sidewinders tend to be more left turning. So the Pro Thunderbird, the G-Star T-Bird, and this lighter weight Halo sidewinder are all just different variables of hyzer flip straight to left. And then I have a heavier sidewinder just for overhand throws. And I have a Champion sidewinder for rollers, just for backhand rollers, something I can throw and finish to the right. Oh, and then my workhorse, I don't know, I forgot this was in here, that workhorse sidewinder. Anytime I need something that's going to go right, I'll throw this, and typically it'll fade out on me. Or because it does that, sometimes I'll release it on a slight hyzer to keep it nice and finish straight, and usually it'll turn over real good when I do that. And then I got a Predator. It's like a Firebird. Just anything I can throw skip shots, any kind of hard left and fast. Opposite of left and fast, we got right and slow. Well, I wouldn't say that. That Stingray, it goes right pretty quick. DX Stingray, anytime I want to throw something, I usually use it on height. If I want to throw something pretty high, but I want to make sure it's still going to work over, it ain't going to fade out on me. Stingray, for more low ceiling shots, tunnel shots, I've got a SOL, Discraft SOL. Yeah, I can throw that on a hyzer release, and then it'll just kind of drift to the right. Also, my mid-range, we got a Verdict. I'm trying to think who makes that. I'm brain farting at the moment. It's dynamic disc, right? Yeah, dynamic disc Verdict. It's I don't know what to compare it to. It's pretty much just a straight to fade disc, but I don't use it for that. I'm really throwing more of a Anheuser forehands with it. It'll hold it to the ground. The stability lets it kind of float. I ain't gotta worry about rolling it, but it won't really fight back too hard either. I've got a Zone, Discraft Zone. I use mainly for forehand approach shots. I can also throw it on some flex lines, though I prefer a Rhino to it for those backhand tunnel shot flex lines. And then I carry 2 DX rocks. One just a little bit more stable than the other. That one's pretty much hyzer flipped to dead straight. That one will fade at the end a little bit. And then I got my putters, a Pro Rhino, mainly just approach shots. That's all I really use it for. Some, much like the Verdict, some overhand, forehand releases, and hyzer approaches. I've got a Moonshine until I walk up that hill and get in the van, and I'll be replacing that with just going back to an AVR. I want something off the T-pad. I don't think this plastic's working out. I'm getting bad releases with it. So this will be, before I go on the trip, this will be back to a, what's that funky little XT AVR is what this will be on the trip. And then my main putter is a JK AVR. It's just a cool little stamp one, but it's the same plastic, that same Pro KC, I mean not KC, JK Pro. But JK Pro AVR, that's my main putter for circle 1 and circle 2. And that's it, man. Yup.